What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's going to be a late night upload today, and I just got done finishing the XY update in the spreadsheet. So if you're in there, you can go check out all the numbers for the XY era. It's probably going to align with a lot of what you guys assumed was going to happen with the XY era, considering the Sun Moon era is taking a little bit of a step back. Same thing with the Sword and Shield era. Now, before we go any further, I did want to jump in here and give a shout out to today's video sponsor, the Shiny app. Shiny is a mobile app that helps you track your collection or investments. In Pokemon specifically, they cover English, Japanese, and simplified Chinese product. They also cover a bunch of other games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic, Disney Lorcana, One Piece, Sorcery, Gundam, and now Riftbound. In my opinion, they have a way better user experience compared to their competitors, and I love the fact that they're trying to update their data more frequently than everyone else, updating twice per day from places like TCG Player, eBay, Card Market, and price charting. And the best part about the app is that it's absolutely free, so I'll leave links to the Google Play and App Store in the description and pin comment down below. And thank you to Shiny for sponsoring the video. Today, I want to talk about Destin Rivals, and we're going to relate it more broadly to the top set in every single era, because Destin Rivals, as you guys know, about a month ago, was all the way up to around $500, came back down fairly quickly to around $4, and then after the restock on the Pokemon Center, I believe like earlier last week, it came all the way down to around $362, but over the past couple days, we've already popped back up to around $390. And if you come in here and look at recent sales, a lot of them are in that 390-ish range. You have sales even pushing back into the 400 range again. And if you go back a couple days, you can actually find sales as low as $327. I'm pretty sure that is the lowest one I saw. So we've seen a crazy increase in Destin Rivals over the past 48 hours. And it kind of seems like at that 360 range, people viewed Destin Rivals as undervalued and a good opportunity to buy. And again, I said that this reminded me of the Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Center ETBs. When those got restocked, they came back down to around $200, and those are now back up to like $400. But I was asking myself, is it underpriced? Is Destin Rivals near $400 undervalued? And I don't know if I'm going to be able to give you the full answer in this video, but I do want to look at some data that I think some of you guys are going to find interesting. So here it is, and I'm going to outline what's going on here. So on the left, we have the set all the way from SV Base up to Destin Rivals, all the booster boxes from the era. We also pulled a couple of the specialty sets just to contrast what's going on with the booster boxes. We have the box price, so the booster box value currently, and then down here it would be the ETBs for the specialty set. We have the top 10 value, and then I have price per pack. So basically the box price divided by 36 to give us this value. Now down here is the specialty stuff, but below that we have the top box from the previous three eras. So Evolving Skies from Sword and Shield era, we have Team Up from the Sun and Moon era, and then we have Phantom Forces from the XY era. And that's just going based off the most expensive booster box from those generations. So you can see here, Evolving Skies, almost $2,600, top 10 value, $5,775 on the dot today. Again, that changes all the time. And that comes out, ignoring this number, right? If you divide the booster box by 36, you get $71.94 per pack. And down here, Team Up, $84, almost $8,500. That comes out to $235, almost $236 per pack. Top 10 value is fairly close to Evolving Skies, a couple $100 more almost. And then Phantom Forces, $11,438.31. You divide that by 36, comes out to $317.73 per pack. Now the numbers beside this right here, this is for the rest of those eras. So in the Sword and Shield era, if you add up the market price of all the booster boxes, excluding Evolving Skies, you divide by 11, then you divide that number by 36, it comes out to $14.20 per pack. If you do the same with the Sun and Moon era, you divide the total value of all the booster boxes, excluding Team Up, by 11, then that by 36, comes out to almost $50 per pack. And then finally for the XY era, if you do the same thing, comes out to $101.45 per pack. And you can see here, this is also a multiple basically of the top pack to the average price. So an Evolving Skies pack is a little over 5 times higher than the average pack from its generation. For Team Up, that's 4.75. And then from Phantom Forces, it's only 3.13. But you can see down here, the bottom number, Destin Rivals, which is up here by the way as well, $10.84 per pack currently, based on $390.40 in a booster box. The average pack price in a booster box, excluding Destin Rivals from the era, is $8.41. And again, that's not including specialty sets, that's just the rest of the booster boxes. These are really only here to contrast with the booster boxes from the era. But still, if you get a multiple, that's only 1.29x the average box price. Now, you could go a lot deeper here. You could look at like median pack price. You could look at the top 10 values of every set from the Sword and Shield era, the Sun and Moon era, the XY era, because I only did the top set from each of those today. I didn't have time to go any deeper than that, but I think you could do some more interesting things with the data and just go a little bit deeper. Either way, when I look at this and I look at Destin Rivals, even being close to $400 a box, it's not really that much higher than the average set in the era. Now, obviously, there are going to be a lot of things that affect the values of the cards inside Destin Rivals over the next 2 years. The main thing being reprints. When we have more product coming to market, there's more cards out there for each one because packs get opened. We're probably going to see the card values come down a little bit, but as time goes on, who knows, maybe they'll go back up. Maybe we'll find new highs once the set goes out of rotation. But if we look at the top 10 values of all the sets in the Scarlet and Violet era when it comes to booster boxes, there really is nothing comparing to Destined Rivals currently. Surging Sparks is the second closest at $909.29. And I think Surging Sparks is still a solid buy right now, especially with the box going back down to around $265. I believe, according to some people I've talked to, a lot of this has to do with the vending machines getting restocked with the booster boxes. I'm not sure if some boxes also hit distro and some stores are getting more, but I think that's definitely playing part of the role for its drop in price. But a lot of the top cards are doing decently. The Pikachu, $350 still. The Latias sitting around $180 also. Milotic's back up to around $115. So there are clear chase cards in the set that people want, even if you don't like the Pikachu artwork, etc. Now, outside of Surging Sparks, which again, like when you look at this data, I think it's a fairly solid buy right now, especially back around $265. There aren't a ton of other great sets, in my opinion, in the S-Sphere. I mean, Paldea Evolved is up there, top 10 value, $783, almost $784. And then you have Twilight Masquerade at around $782. And there are obviously other things to consider, not just the raw card prices. You have to consider gem rate of some of these cards. For example, the Magikarp, it's very difficult to grade in a 10. There's a huge premium on that, and that's going to factor into box price in the future as people want to try and open the Magikarp and try and chase those 10s. You do also have to factor in the size of the set and pull rates. For example, a set like Obsidian Flames or Paradox Rift, these sets generally had easier pull rates compared to the back half of the Scarlet and Violet era. So some of these top cards, they were a little bit easier to pull. And in Obsidian Flames case, it's definitely a smaller set. Same thing with Journey Together. If I can find it up here somewhere, should be over here. So the Lilius Clefairy, $171. Maybe if this was in a set like Surging Sparks or Destined Rivals, I don't know, maybe it would be more expensive than that, pushing $200, $300, who knows. But even considering all those things, when I look at the value that you can get out of some of these booster boxes, it's clear that there are different levels in S tier, and I would break it down to 3 levels. So in S tier, you have Destined Rivals. Nothing else is coming close to that in terms of the booster boxes. Then the tier below that, you have Surging Sparks, you have Twilight Masquerade, and you have Paldea Evolved. And then the tier below that is basically everything else. SV Base, Obsidian Flames, Paradox, Temporal Forces, Stellar Crown, and then even throwing in Journey Together. Journey Together's kind of like an maybe pushing into its own tier in between like that second tier and the final tier. But I think at the end of the day, when we look back at this, maybe 5 years from now, a lot of those sets are still going to be very tight in terms of the booster box value. And I think right now, a lot of the differences between some of the sets, like the card prices and box prices, just has to do with where some of the sets are in their life cycle. Some of the sets like Obsidian Flames and Paradox Rift are going out of rotation here fairly soon, whereas something like Journey Together is still a fairly new set, and it's probably going to get more reprints over the next couple years. I did also want to draw your guys' attention to the specialty set data here for a second. I know I didn't add in Shrouded Fable or White Flare but I figured these are probably the most interesting sets from the SV era. You can see here, this is the regular ETB price. Top 10 value Prismatic is far and away the deepest set in Scarlet and Violet era. It is dominating Destin Rivals. Now, Black Bolt, though, surprisingly, is actually keeping up currently with Destin Rivals. Top 10 value is only like $30 behind DR. Then it drops all the way down to Paldean Fates around $1,260. And then 151 top 10 values only about $816, $817. And you can see over here, the price per pack breakdown is kind of insane. So Prismatic, $15.31 in an ETB. Black Bolt, currently only $9.48. Paldean Fates, $31.64. And 151, $45.12 per pack inside of an ETB. So definitely not the most economical way to get your hands on specialty set packs. But I just thought that was interesting and something I wanted to put in this video. And I still think a lot of people are overlooking Black Bolt, myself included. I know White Flare is still a decent set, but just having the Seismitoad IR and a couple of these other stronger illustration rares, I think considering the price on both of those ETBs is fairly similar, I would just be loading up mainly on Black Bolt. But that's gonna be it for the video. You guys let me know in the comment section down below what you think. If you got some value of this video, I'd really appreciate if you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps out a ton. Leave a comment down below for the algorithm. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.